Clifford scream, then she runs to the room, and refuses to give electric shock to the doctor. Clifford cries greatly at his own condition. One day Colin comes to Oliver again. Oliver gives Colin a chick. Seeing this child, Colin starts crying, because Colin also wanted a child of his own, but half of her husband's body was paralyzed, because of which she can never become a mother again. Colin was crying over here, that's why Oliver comes to him, and calms it down. Colleen comes to Oliver and calms down, because she already liked Oliver. Oliver and Colin enter the house. Coming home, Oliver gets physical with Colin. Now in the evening, Colin starts going to her house. Then Oliver tells Colin that he has fallen in love with it, because of which he wants to be with her, but Colin leaves without saying anything to it. The clouds were thundering in the night, and a strong wind was blowing too. We see that Colin was missing Oliver, so she can't sleep. Colleen tries hard to contain herself, but she is unable to stop herself, and she runs away to meet Oliver. Walton sees it as Colleen leaves. When Colleen approaches Oliver, then Oliver is overjoyed to see Colin. These two get physical again here. The next day there is a party at Clifford's house. Many people came to the party. Duncan also came to this party, who was dancing with Colin. Seeing Duncan and Colin together, Clifford thought that Colin liked Duncan. So after the party was over, Clifford meets Colin. Clifford talks to Colin about his children, and says that he cannot have a child with Colin, so you can be physical with anyone if you want, but I will remain the father of that child. Colin gets very angry on Clifford after hearing this, and she leaves from here. Colin approaches Oliver, and gets physical with Oliver. Many days pass. One day Colin finds out that she is pregnant. Colin also tells this to Clifford, because of which Clifford is also very happy. Clifford asks Colin about the man, but Colin tells it nothing. One day Clifford was walking with Colin in the woods. Clifford takes his motorbike and goes ahead, and Colin stays behind. We see that comes Oliver to Colin. He kisses her, but then Clifford calls Colin, because his motorbike got stuck in the mud. Here comes Oliver, which pushes the motorbike out of the mud. Oliver's health had worsened after working long time in the mine. After getting the motorbike out of the mud, Oliver leaves, coughing. Now Colin knew that Oliver is ill, so she runs away and comes to Oliver. Oliver tells Colin to leave here, but Colleen loves Oliver, that's why she didn't want to leave it in trouble. One day Clifford maid Walton comes to Oliver's house. Here Walton finds Colin's diary, because of which Walton finds out. Colin comes to here meet Oliver only, and the child in her stomach, that child is Oliver's. Clifford was party in the joy of her child. That's when Walton comes here and tells Clifford, that's the child in Colin's stomach. That child is of their servant Oliver, because Colleen has an illicit relationship with Oliver. Walton tells Clifford all the truth about Colin, because Walton wants to complete her revenge by telling Clifford all this. Actually Walton's husband is Ted, which we saw at the beginning of the movie working in Clifford's mining, but Ted was killed while working in the mine. Walton was always angry with Clifford for this, because Walton seemed that her husband was killed because of Clifford. Knowing the half-truth, Clifford gets angry at Colin, because of which Colin comes to Walton. Colin starts a fight with Walton. Colin says crying here, that she loves Oliver, and she doesn't want to lose him. Hearing this, Walton's eyes also become moist. Walton realizes his mistake here, so Walton apologizes to Colin. Walton tells Colin that you quickly go to Oliver because Clifford has gone to kill him. Hearing this, Colin runs to Oliver's house. Colin calls Oliver here, but Oliver is not here. Colin sits here and starts crying, but then here comes Oliver. Seeing Oliver alive here, Colin hugs him. Colin comes home with Oliver. Coming home, Colin asks Clifford for a divorce, but Clifford refuses to give the divorce. This causes Oliver and Clifford to quarrel with each other, but Colin doesn't say anything to Clifford. Colin leaves Clifford and moves far away from here with Oliver. And this movie ends here. Thanks for watching guys.